Hi everyone, I'm Natalia. Welcome to my channel. And today I wanted to take a little break from my lately stressful life and do this fun video of 5 irresistible pairings to work with Thoth. All of them are Thoth and another tarot deck. Although one of them is kind of an oracle deck, but really it is based on tarot system. I think Thoth deck is such an interesting deck to work with. As you know, it's the deck. I love this deck. And sometimes finding pairings for this, I think, are not as easy as it would seem. In my experience, this is a deck that doesn't necessarily wants to chat or talk or get into step in the conversation with just any deck. In my experience, I found this to be more picky, a little bit more selective on which deck this one wants to work with. Sometimes the pairings don't work together. So over the course of working with this deck for a long period of time, I have found that these 5 pairings are my absolute favorites. And I would like to also share with you what makes them so special. In other words, how is pairing Thoth with a particular tarot deck that I'm going to show enables those to shine, if you will, in completely different way, enables those to show up and be seen from a completely different angle. Before I do, I want to show you something that is absolutely adorable. This is probably the smallest Thoth version I etched mine that you will ever see. Look at the comparison. This is my original Thoth trimmed, and this is a pocket edition that AGM Muller printing does. And I trimmed the borders from already, which was bridge size, to even smaller. That's what I'm gonna say. Anyways, this makes a great traveling companion and so fun to shuffle in your hands, except I have yet to refill shuffle. I'm refill shuffler because this is impossible to refill shuffle. But anyhow, just want to kiss it all over. Too cute. Okay, so let me show you some of these pairings and why are they so amazing. If you worked with those, and if you love Aleister Crowley and Lady Freda Harris's Thoth as much as I do, and if you already paired it with any of these pairings, let me know below what are your thoughts on it. If you have some other pairing that you think work amazingly well with those deck, let me know what they are. I'd be curious to know. So the first pairing that I call when you pair them together, what happens is Thoth becomes very mystical. Now, Thoth already in of itself a mystical deck, but when you pair it with this particular one, it becomes even so much more mystical and very kind of celestial, if you will, too. Before I start, I want to say that for me, I draw cards every day. And usually I draw a single card from a Thoth deck, which is energetic card for the day. But because energetic card for the day is very hard to go on just off the base of one card, I will often draw from one of the pairings I will show you today. And that would be, tell me more, what are these energies related to? What are they in relationship to? Sometimes I will throw a third card. If you watch my interview with amazing Susan Chang, she has said that she tends to draw daily card and then I propose. So I propose a different way of engaging with today. For me, I draw a third card as kind of a navigation, kind of a compass of how move around today within these energies. But I usually use at least one of the decks in pairing with those, and it's always energy of the day, and then the card from another deck as more of what is this energy in relationship to? Because you get a tower card for the day, which I've done multiple times. A lot of times it's very small paradigm shifts within your day. It's nothing major. Or you get a Ten of Swords card, and it could be something equally small or equally large. And we don't know what it is. It may be a small event, maybe big. I noticed that when I draw daily cards, just draw those what is the day has to bring type of cards every single day. I noticed that they have more to do with very minor energetic shifts than something major and of big magnitude. At least for me it is. So the first pairing is Thoth with, oh my God, the nipples flying everywhere. What a great card to pull. With the Sacred Dakini Oracle. Now, this is an oracle, but it's really 78 cards, and then it has an additional cards. Or actually, I think it's Amit's court cards. So it's, what does it make sense? 65 cards, am I right? It Amit's court cards, but then it has additional few cards, but it's really pretty much from aces to tens based on, and all the majors based off somewhat in relevance. And in the text even say this is in tarot, what card would it be? So for me, it's more like tarot-ish, oracle-ish deck. This pairing is phenomenal together. When I work together with Sacred Dakini and this Thoth deck, first of all, Sacred Dakini is a very truthful, honest, punchy type of deck. Thoth is very truthful, honest, and punchy. But there's a mystical element in it, both present in artwork as well as both present in the text as well. And when I pair them two together, I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness, such a great pairing. When I pair them together like this, and when I get what my card for the day is, but then what it's about, the clarity that I get is very mystical. This deck, the Sacred Dakini, likes to be combined very much so with, I mean, look at this. We have luxury, right? 4 of Cups. And then we have like a bubble, which is, if I, actually, this is also 4 of Cups, if I believe correctly. This is either 4 of Cups or this is either 6 of Cups, if I remember correctly. So they both have so much emotive resonance going on here. They too love to talk. These two decks absolutely love to collaborate. They love to converse. They love to clarify each other. They almost made to belong. I have worked with these two together for a very long time. And out of all the pairings I'll be showing you today, these two are number one, the best, hands down, pairing you can possibly get. And look at this. Oh my God, this is the Emperor card, which is the hot seat. And look at this. What your energy of today is this beautiful, beautiful Queen of Wands. And then you get hot seat. Ooh, you're already sitting in a hot seat, girl, but this is really amplified. You're really going to be sitting in a hot seat. You're going to have to make some decisions perhaps today. Beautiful, beautiful pairing. So my number one, without a doubt, Sacred Dakini. And it really likes to bring up the mystical side and source. It really likes to make souls talk and converse with you differently. So if you haven't paired this up, if you don't even have this deck, I would run to Amazon right now. So this is how much in love I am with this deck. This is my probably number one favorite oracle slash tarot, real oracle deck, slash really tarot deck too, that I love so much, and I highly recommend. So when you pair these two together, you get this beautiful mystical marriage. Now, the next one that you pair together, when you pair them together, Thoth becomes very approachable. To me, Thoth already is very approachable deck, but I know that for some people, it feels very unapproachable. It feels intimidating. It feels like it is very layered with so much symbolism and meaning. It feels like it needs so much learning. It feels like it can be sometimes too upfront and scary and overwhelming. Well, when you marry with Tony Leon, and this is an independent deck, and I'll link it below. I think it's like $35 or $45. It is the only Rider-Waite-Smith rendition that I absolutely adore and love, and I hate Rider-Waite-Smith. But when you pair them together, oh my God, just look at this. We have a tower and we have this Four of Pentacles. Look how freaked out he is as he's holding on to his pentacles. He looks like he's constantly, he looks like he's about to shit his pants. If anybody is going to try to take his pentacles out of his hands, this guy's going to lose it. This deck is fucking hilarious. And those of you who follow me on Instagram have seen how in the past I have paired them together, and a lot of you loved seeing them paired together. Oh my God. Look, just look at this. Oh, this one is so much force. And this one just sitting there, chilling, having a drink. I had people buy this deck because they loved how when they paired up, whimsical they look. Hashem, my friend, has gotten this deck. Actually, I've gotten it for her as a gift and sent it to her, and she loves it because how can you not love the faces and the design on this? Ooh, this is perfect. The color composition. So when you pair Tony Leon deck with Thoth becomes very, very approachable. So if you feel overwhelmed with Thoth and you're starting out to work with Thoth, I would say if you get this card, which you energy of a day, and then this one for clarifier, and this deck loves to clarify. Look at this cruelty, and then we got this Four of Cups. It's so good. It's so good together. They are so good together. So hilarious together. So much fun. The faces on this, I want to find some that have amazing faces. The faces on some of the Tony Leon deck are just off the chart. The faces are hilarious. Look at this. Perfect. So when you marry Tony Leon with Thoth, I love this combination. It makes Thoth not only approachable, it makes Thoth funny. It makes you realize that really all of it is fun. The whole energy for the day, our seriousness about it, what we cannot do, our will, our lack of will, all of it is a joke. Life is one big tragedy and comedy all embedded in one. And this deck really takes all of that edge off. It really, especially when you have right now in your life, any challenges or difficulties you're confronting, and you use the Thoth, which can amplify the seriousness of those challenges, pairing it with something like this, or just using Tony Leon alone is beautiful. So this is my pairing, irresistible pairing number 2. The third irresistible pairing is when you pair these two together, Thoth becomes alchemical, it becomes soulful, it becomes spiritual, it becomes transcendent. And I haven't really seen many people pair this two together. It is going to be the beautiful Mariel Tarot and Thoth. I have the first edition of Mariel that I trimmed, so there's no titles because I know them pretty much by heart. Yeah. Oh, look at this double trouble. 2 Hierophants together. Oh boy, what are 2 different Hierophants? How fascinating to get this card as your energy of a day and this card as a clarifier. And here, from here, you get one energy of Hierophant, and here you get a completely different perspective. And the things that I love about these pairings is that when I use those deck, I still use a lot of text. I use right now a lot of Marcus Katz books to constantly learn and to understand those deck. And a lot of whether you use Marcus Katz or whether you use Sloan Miller Duquette book for Thoth, the description can be quite serious. And then when you read the clarifier card for the day in Mary L. book, the descriptions are very embedded in the myth. And it takes your mind immediately from analytical kind of approach that you tend to feel with Thoth, and it puts your mind, oh, look how beautiful this too, oh my goodness. And it puts your mind in a very, very alchemical. It's just, if you have not paired Thoth and Mariel, I really, really recommend for you to do that. Something magical happens. These two, Sacred Akin, the first one that I showed, is my number one pairing because it's just so good together. These two, they so complementary. To me, Zos is very masculine energy and Marielle is very feminine energy. So they complement each other so beautiful. When they get together, a marriage of unions, I see the lovers card and so that marriage that tends to happen. And not only do they complement, they elevate each other. Thoth elevates Marielle and Marielle Tarot elevates Zos. They are both such rich decks with so much depth in them. And just by sheer fact that Thoth is so incredibly layered with esoteric and exoteric symbolism and so layered with magic in it. And Marielle is so layered with myth and mysticism that when you put them two together, what happens is a beautiful dance. These two know how to dance. These are two people on a dance floor that have mastered their dancing steps. And when they're together, magic happens. So if you haven't paired them, do pair them together. The fourth, Irresistible, pairing cover on number 4. We're on number 4. When you pair this deck together with Thoth, Thoth becomes poetic. It becomes soulful. It starts talking to you in a different way. And it is Margaret Peterson and Thoth. Now, if you don't have Margaret Peterson, highly recommend this deck. It is very evocative. Everybody knows that the booklet for Margaret Peterson Tarot is very slim, but the way she writes about majors is probably the best way anybody have, in my opinion, written about majors. This too, Margaret Peterson brings out, she brings out this beautiful poetic expression that is actually in Thoth, that Lady Frida Harris created in Thoth. I really do think that Thoth deck is pure poetry, but I think that all of everything that crawls through into it, along with kitchen sink, I feel like it weighs Thoth down and it makes Thoth much more feel cognitive and less artistic. Think right, left brain, right? But when Margaret Peterson steps in, she strips Thoth from all of that and she illuminates the poetry that's in it. So this is my number 4 pairing, and I love this pairing. This is a beautiful pairing. This is the pairings that puts me in a very journaling mood because a lot comes out of it. Let me know if you have paired up with Margaret Pearson. It's a very interesting pairing. The final 5th, I keep counting the cards as if I haven't showed you all of the 5, but the final pairing, when you pair this deck with Thoth, it becomes an eye-opening experience because this deck is already standalone in its own right. But it's the way the booklet is written for this deck, it brings up the same depthful meaning from a different angle, and it activates a different perspective. You can look at the same card and then you read the Book of Thoth meaning, and then you will read in this book meaning, and it will give you something else. It'll give you food for thought. So it's an eye opener, and it's something that gives you additional food for thought. And this is Tarot of the Vampires and Thoth. I also have not seen many people pair this up. I think these two are, if Marielle and Thoth are masculine and feminine energies coming together, Tarot of the Vampires and Thoth, I would say there are two magicians that are coming together to share their, this is so great, to share their occultist knowledge, to share what they know, what they have learned. Yeah, this is definitely two magicians coming together, and they're doing magic together, and each one says, well, here's another way to do it, and here's another way to see. So when you pair these two together, it really opens up your mind. It really gives you more food for thought. The book for this is also great, as anybody who has this deck knows. Probably after, I would say, Sacred Dakini will be my first #1 favorite pairings, followed by Mary Ellen's also would be my favorite pairing with Thoth. This would be my third absolute favorite pairing with Thoth. Margaret Peterson would be #4 favorite pairing with Thoth, and Tony Leon will be the only list because, you know, for me, I don't really need Thoth to be approachable. It is already approachable to me, but sometimes I need to laugh at it. And sometimes, you know, Crowley had a very wicked, dark sense of humor. And my understanding is that he would use sense of humor to ward off people who just wouldn't get it. It was his way of distilling people. And I feel like when you put Tony Leon, it's kind of like that. It's like laughing back to the Crowley. So this would be my 5 irresistible pairings with Thoth. Comment below, let me know what are your irresistible pairings with Thoth. You can do VR to this video if you want. You can share it on Instagram. I'd love to see your pairings. I'm always looking for new irresistible pairings with Thoth. Obviously, Thoth works really well with it works really well with a lot of oracle decks. But sometimes pairing tarot with another tarot, although Sacred Dakini, yes, is an oracle / tarot, something else happens when we pair tarot with tarot. Tarot with tarot can either flow together or they can become very oppositional together. And not everything flows with those. I have had decks that would just, I could feel the animosity, I could feel there's combustness between them. I could feel that they're just not working together. But this 5, I feel, just love to dance together, especially Sacred Dakini again. My God, Sacred Dakini just wants to talk to Thoth. He just wants to step in the conversation. So comment below, let me know what are your favorite pairings. Have any of those pairings surprised you? And I will see you guys all next time. Bye.